Hi guys, how are you doing? So quickly getting back into the daily analysis, specifically for uh, Wednesday, that is Jan 22nd, 2025, and things are quite got different after the presidential ceremony. We see right here, specifically in DXY, we got this down move that opened with the gap because of the holiday, specifically in USD on that day of Martin Luther King Day. So this actually means that price came back down from that point, and it was a big fall for DXY. So you guys need to visualize it specifically, right? You guys need to visualize this because it's a fall that actually happened, and you can check that in some other DXY brokers that actually shows that were kind of like functional at that moment, but kind of like TVC that I actually use it was off, and it is genuine in a sense that of course the dollar wasn't working at that time, but there was a big fall on DXY on the day when the presidential ceremony was held, and when the power were exchanged between the President Trump and President Biden. So let's understand that what actually happened. So guys, this was the last point here, and we saw that there was a breakout from this range right here. Price went up, made this high, and price then went down. And on this order block right here, we had this low right here. So let's make it more clear in the sense that this was the low right here, and this was the high right above here. But price couldn't continue making the higher highs and higher lows, in the sense that this was the high and this was the low. After that, we were expecting the price to go on the upper side, and we did got some kind of reaction around here. But what ended up happening, that price went down there, and after price coming down there, price came to this point, and then price went up but got rejected around this level and went down. After that, right now the price is currently holding the levels here, and most probably the idea is that you see right here, we got like a breakouts. Price went up, price continued on the upper side like that, but from this point onwards the price went down, and now price again went down, and most likely the price can go down further until and unless things get settled, specifically in the United States as for the government. But right now the prices are going on the downside for the DXY. Moving further, guys, this is USD CAD. USD CAD. We also had the data for USD CAD. I kind of explained everything about the data specifically in the weekly stream, and you see right here, this was specifically the high of the range right here, which we had, and after that what ended up happening, that price was still in the range, and price is still in the range. But the idea is that you see right here, we have been discussing that price kind of broke on the downside, price went on the downside, although the trend seems to be on the bullish side right here. So price, what ended up happening, that price held this level right here, and then price went on the upper side, came back down, couldn't break this low, couldn't form this high, couldn't form this high, couldn't form this low. So it was kind of stuck within the range. So let's now consider this right here, and let's consider this right here. So this is the, let me make it more clear for you guys. So this is the kind of the structure which we had. Price couldn't form the higher high, even not breaking, and couldn't form the lower low. So price was stuck in between. So what ended up happening, that price kind of broke on the upper side, even breaking this high. So after that, which we got a big fall on the downside. This was the fall which I was actually talking about in the DXY. So this is USD CAD. So anything you see right here is based on the USD. So in relation to the Canadian dollar. So what ended up happening, the price went down, and after price went down, Again, price pushed on the upper side because we did had a Canadian dollar data as well on next on that day. So price would end up eventually happening that price went up again, broke on the upper side, and still this low is intact right now. And price actually went into the range again, went back up there, and again went back up there. So it was kind of like a pump and dump situation, and then again prices right now in here. So right now what we can actually expect is continuation of the range like that, but it is not worthy to work right now in CAD until unless like we get a proper structure out there. So USD CHF is making a good structure, guys. So it is more clear in any other structure. So this was the low, this was the high, this is a low that formed, and then that broke in into the other higher high. So we see right here the structure is going like that. This was the low, similarly to DXY that we actually see. Let me remove this. So right here we had this low, price went down, unable to form the higher high, and what ended up happening that price went down, make further lower low in the continuation. So this is the type of the move which we got quite clear, and then price again went up, couldn't make the couldn't break this lows right there, and price went down, and most likely the price gonna continue on the downside further. And let's see later on which what kind of reaction we can get. But I believe that on the current scenario, most likely that price would be breaking these lows down there, moving further down to this level, and can even go down to that level, and then eventually to this point in order to complete the full cycle right here. So this is what actually the structure looks like right now. So moving further in without wasting time, on the yens, guys, what ended up happening, that price was in this extensive range right here, and price went down, touched this level, peak formation right here, and after that price was unable to like break on the upper side. Instead it went down, gave us a clear cut signal right here that let me make it more clear for you guys like that. This was the high, this was the low, price couldn't make the higher high, price got rejected around this point. So after the rejection right here, price went down, and again went up, but couldn't make the higher high again, couldn't hold this high, and went down. And still now price is in specific range. Most likely the price gonna break on the downside, and went on the structure on the downside. We have been looking at this order block because of this breakout that happened around here. So quite a strong level right here, but price is holding in between that right now. So Euro USD. So the thing is that Euro USD has given us a. Let it make me more bigger for you guys so that it can be more visual. So right now we have like a structure on the downside. So what ended up happening, that price went down. Eventually price made this kind of move on the upper side, but unable to like reach to that point, and instead it formed a double top right here. So unable to touch the level up there, and formed a double top right here, couldn't reach the level up here, and it got rejected down there and went down, breached down further, and after that we got this move on the upper side like that. Price pulled back down, went up, continuing the structure, changing the structure towards the bullish side. Price went down, again we saw a reaction, and now what I expect the price to go on the upper level like that, and continuing the bullish structure instead of the bearish move. Euro GBP. Euro GBP has been like we have been like still looking at this level right here. If the price comes back down, breaks the structure, pulls back, unable to make a higher high, can go on the downside like that. Euro odd, guys, the things got really complicated in Euro odd. The thing is that we are unable to actually understand now specifically when it comes to this pair, like right here, price is unable to form a higher high and got rejected. We saw this rejection, and after that I was expecting a corrective move like that, and then there was a break on the downside. Price again went and retested this level and again went more low, and now again price is specifically in the range. So right now it's not worthy to work in until unless we get a move like that, and again the price starts going on the downside. But on the other end, like what I actually believe that if the price comes here, then any kind of move, sort of the structure move can give us a move on the downside like that. But still I'm looking this as a bearish move because of the early bearish move. But there could be an opportunity, but we need to like visually see it until we actually specific get it. So Euro NZD, same structure. We got like a break around here. Price was unable to form higher high around this point. Kind of like gave a double top right here. Moved on the downside. Corrective move. Price went on the downside with an impulsive move, and after that, price kind of reversed. And the thing is that it is still holding the level, and I believe that price can go on the upper side. And when the price gonna reach up here, price is gonna go on the upper side further. So it seems like although like this is a high, this is a low, this is a high, this is a low. So if we see like this is the move which we got, that is on the sell side. We got a purge right here, and after that seems like guys, wait a minute. This is a high, this is a low, and this is a low right here in front of you. This is like the structure which we actually see, like which shows that the shift in the momentum right here. But this candle that this trend right formed up here could be like a shift in the structure on the for the bullish side. But if the price reaches around this point, then we can expect some move on the downside like that. But on the other hand, we can see the move on the upper side. But it is quite confusing right now, in a sense that you see structure is still holding around this point, and that's a good sign for the bullish structure even. But right now it's not clear. Moving further, guys, EuroCAD has taken the hold specifically. Right here we see like the price was moving on the downside, then price started moving on the upper side, and right here at this point, price was unable to form higher low, higher high and higher low, and price went down. Again, price pushed back up, went down further, and after that, at this point, price made this low high and started giving us a move on the upper side. So I have drawn this order block right here, and you see like there is a small reaction that is happening that can push the price further on the upper side. So in case if the price breaks this level, then we can expect a move further on the upper side like that. So euro yens, they are quite euro yen euro yen guys gave me a stop loss as well. So although like the trend seems in a bullish structure right in there, price came back down, and then price was unable to form the higher high and instead it formed a low right here. Price went up, formed the other low, but right here we see this is the structure that actually kind of like shifted the zones right here. And this structure kind of like took the things in reality on the bullish side. And but when I took the trade, I didn't incorporated this move specifically into my analysis. So this kind of like gave me a loss in this trade right here. So what ended up happening that price went down, broke this low, and after that now this is a shift specifically like this is the shift that happened within the structure. Price went up, came back down, and again pushing on the upper side. I was kind of like on the idea that still it's a bearish, because I kind of like wasn't looking deep into this kind of move, and I was expecting the price to come down and reject around here and move further on the downside. But on the other hand, we see this is the move that broke the structure. So next time, this is like a good amount of learning that I'm just like telling you about, that I currently experienced right here. So if I would have incorporated this structure, I wouldn't have messed up the trade, and I could have like taken the bullish move. Instead, I kind of like tried shorting it around here based of idea that it's a double top right here and price can go on the downside. And you see, if we kind of like go deeper into it, there were certain kind of reactions that I was specifically looking. Although it is more clear break right here, but sometimes things, we don't see things clearly, and we did got even a break right here, pushing the prices. So I was expecting the price to come back down there and can continue creating this double top right here in correlation with the selling structure right here. But what ended up happening, the price is still breaking, and most likely that price is going to go up like that. So quickly moving to USD CHF, it's a really complicated structure right here. So price has like was like on the sell structure right here, then went up, and still breaking these zones right here, and we did caught a break, and again the prices can move further on the upper side like that. USD JPY again has was like in a deep sell structure right here. This was the low right here, and this was the high right here. Prices started going on the downside, and after that prices went up, pulled back, couldn't make a lower low right here, instead break the structure around here, pulled back deep into this order block right here, and is most likely going to go on the upper side like that. Euro odd, guys, it's not functional. We see right here prices couldn't make a higher high right here, instead formed a double top right here, and prices went down. Again, prices went down, breaking the structure around here, gave us a pin bar, retested the pin bar, and prices went down like that. And still, it's in a structure that can even like go on the downside, until unless we get a specific break around here, which doesn't seem good. So right here, this is the point which we can get to break on the upper side. Then we can actually see it on the turning point. Similarly, GBP NZD right here, guys, this was the higher high, and price couldn't like make a further higher high right here, because this was the high. Price failed to make a higher high right here, and we saw the selling again. Price went down, pin bar, retested the pin bar, and then price is in the sell structure. Although if we see that prices went down here, pushed back, came back down further, and now again rising. So anything like that can give us a good structure around it. So that this is the point where the breakout will happen. Quite I'm gonna put my alert right here so that I don't miss this opportunity. It seems more legit right here. GBP CAD, similar structure to Euro CAD. Right here you see price was unable to make a high, moving on the downside further. And again, we went into consolidation right here, this small channel, and then there's a breakout, price pullback, and further move on the upper side. First target could be around here, and the second target could be around there. Quite a legit move right now. Yen's GBP JPY price made a double top right here. Let's start it from here. That this was the high, this was the low. Price couldn't make a higher high. Price went down, pushed back, continued on the downside, moved on the upper side, failed, moved on downside. But right here, the things seems like the breakout can literally happen around this point, and if the breakout happens around here, price can go on the upper side really quick. So I would like to bring my alert on the upper side like that. Although if this is a low, this is a high, this is a low, so price is still, but price is still in the cell structure right here. I was thinking about like a rejection, but the idea, guys, is that you see, if we kind of like zoom in here, this is for your understanding that you see this, the trend is shifting right here. There's a break right here that happened, and secondly, you see this kind of wick. Although like currently it's going on the downside, it might reverse a bit, but most likely it would be pushed on the upper side like that. GBP CHF much better structure than euro. Price was unable to form, came back down, pushed up, but unable to make the higher high right here. This was the high, guys. I need to slow down for you. This this was the high right here. Oh my, this was the high right here. This is a low right here. Price was unable to make a higher high, formed a double top right here, and then dropped. Price is exactly pulled back a little bit into this order block right here, and again a sell structure on the downside. And you see right now price is still in the sell structure right here, and we are getting a little bit break, but still this is the level right here. This is a level right here, and until unless price reclaims this, we can expect a move on the upper side, and then if the price is unable to reclaim it, we can see a move on the downside further. So although this is a legit level, so I don't want to bring much of the changes in there. This could be the expectational move right here. Seems like more opportunities in pound rather than like yen, like euros. And Australian dollar, guys, wonderful moves on the downside. See, this is all bearish trend. Price came back down, moved further, tried to make push on the upper side. Once got rejected, pulled on the upper side again, rejected, and prices went down further. And after that, right here, we see if we kind of like make it more easy for us, that price went down, broke out of this level, again went down. Now seems like it can go down further and move on the upper side, but the structure which we are getting right now is still in a bit of a cell structure right here, but we do have like a move like that specific, this break that happened, after this. Price came back down and then again broke the structure. Right now price is holding here. Most likely I believe that it can break on the upper side. You see, another thing is that of course if price is made this low, this is a high, this is a further low right here, we should be like referring this as a break and then continuation on the upper side. But on the smaller level, we see we did got a break. We never got a break right in there. We did got right here, but here we got a rejection. Similar structure can form like that, and price can push on the downside further, but it's quite like confusing right now. We are getting a reaction, and because the thing that you see right here, that price is taking a push on the downside, but it went again on the upper side like that, pulled back, and continuing further break, pushed back on the downside, failed to make a lower low right here, and got rejected and pushed on the upper side. So anyway, guys, if the prices break this, then we can expect a move on the downside. But if the prices came back reversed, can push on the upper side like that. Euro NZD is in point of like buying structure, although the trend failed, but again kind of like made a higher high right here. You see it touched this level, came back down, unable to form a lower low right here. Instead we did got unable to form a lower low right here, and instead we got like a double bottom right here, and the price pushed on the upper side and can go on the upper side like that. Price was in a sell structure right here, went up, came back down, but we see like price made like smaller swings up there and went up, took the liquidity around this level, and now giving us a move. If the price breaks this level around here, we can see the structure going on the downside. Price would be pushing on the downside. So this is an order block right here, and if the price push on the downside, price can go on the downside further. But it's really important to remember that we did got continuous breaks, guys, continuous breaks on the upper side, pushing the price to that level. But in the higher term structure, the things are looking like they still want to like go on downside. But this is the point. This should be the point of focus. Before that, price can do like this and go on the upper side, but it's if it kind of like shows still reactions on the downside, we can score on the sell side. AUD JPY. AUD JPY, guys, gave us a good opportunity right here, in a sense that price is going on the downside. This was the low, this was the high. Price broke on the downside, pushed on the downside further, and again we got a reaction up here. Price went down, went up, and similarly whatever I was mentioning, that this is what I was thinking. But the thing that actually is confusing, that we did got a liquidity grab right here, but with this kind of breakout and this kind of breakout, I believe that price can go on the upper side like that. Although currently it's like selling, but it can like stop anywhere around this level, and can push on the upper side like that. Euro CHF, sorry, AUD CHF, in a tough scenario, we have been like getting upper higher moves all the time right here. Price went down, and this is kind of like the order block which we are looking at right now. I would be like placing my order block right here, because we are getting a reaction around this point. So this is the kind of a structure which we are looking at right now. So seems like if we see in a higher time frame picture, that we are looking at a channel right here making deep swings, and we can get an upper side move like that. On the other hand, guys, there's really important that you see this level has been like taken out already. So this trade which I've taken in euro specifically, oh sorry, NZD specifically, like it's based on like the same analysis like Euro USD. Oh sorry, AUD USD. So this was the structure right here. We got a double top right here and price pushed on the downside further. Again, we got a break around this level. We got a break around this level. Price went up, pulled back down, again went up, went into this order block right here, pushed on the upper side, and we were getting a reaction when I took this position right here, but it's right now getting into the phase that it's a bit confusing for me to understand that is this entry the legit entry, right, or not, because the idea is that we got a break right here. Price formed this W pattern up there, pushed on the upper side. Price went again back to this level, retested this level, went up, broke the structure right here, came back down because we have the range right here is around this point. Although this was also a break of the range, came back into specific order block right here, got us to move, and now prices came back to this point, specifically giving us a reaction, but now it's turning around quite a thing now that if we see this 1 hour chart right here, you see right here, this was the reaction which I was getting to push on the price on the longer on the upper side like that, because of like the breaks that happened. One was this was the break that actually broke the structure. Further price went on the downside, couldn't make the higher high, price went on the downside, and then price broke the structure from this point, pushed on the upper side, failed, came back down, pushed on the upper side, came back further down. This is difficult right now in a scenario that, let's see guys, we would be getting a pretty good idea right here how things would be looking at, but based on this scenario right now, it seems like maybe I have taken a position on the wrong side, or maybe it could be an exhaustion move or pushing on the upper side. But let's discuss this as later on at the end. NZD CAD, similar structure, price was pushing on the downside, and after that we did got a break around here, a really clear cut break. Price went up again, this was the range. Price broke the range, came back down, pushed on the upper side, and the idea is still that if the price come back down, it can further break on the upper side like that. And the DJPY, the same structure, price went down, bullish, went up, came back down, a deep pullback, certainly can go on the downside, and this was the thing that I was actually seeking. But with this kind of break around this point, price went up, went down to this order block right here, pushed up, and if this candle like comes a bit of a selling, but still guys, this one candle doesn't make a difference because seems like the structure has shifted to the bullish side. This was the high point right here, this was the low point right there. Price is unable to form the high, so seems like price can go on the downside, and it could be more legit in that sense. But for that we need actually a break around around this point. So price can go around this point, or even like this is a small inducement and price can further break on the upper side like that. But it is really important to remember that, of course, like this is a liquidity that was taken around this point. This is a liquidity that is taken around this point, and this is the level, guys. Really important that price can actually, we can understand that what is happening. Seems like the trend or the structure is being shifted right now. I was just thinking that I could like chill out for a while, but seems like I need to be like super attentive right now. Cat JPY had a breakout around this point. Price kind of like made a low point after that. Couldn't break this low right here. We have this order block intact right now. Came back down directly to the order block, break out the structure. Price is unable to form a high, but seems like price can break. Any kind of reaction around this point can give us a move on the upper side, and as well as can go on the further downside like that. But really a good level right now which we have right here. I want to remove this alert from the point because cat CHF is for sure in a sell structure right here. Price is going to form the higher high and went down. Tried pushing on the upper side but went further down. Again, price is pushing on the higher side, rejecting from this order block. We see a reaction around this order block because this was the low point, this was the high point. Price came back down, retested the upper level, went back down, push, can form the structure like that. The biggest thing is to take a best entry right here. So in that reason, we do have an order block right here. After this break of structure happened, prices went down. We did got a good bullish move up there, but seems like price is not continuing, instead it's coming down. So any kind of like break around this point can give us a move on the downside, first target and then further move on the downside. So coming back to, first of all, we need to like see DXY. They are kind of pushing, but still things can go on the downside like that. And now moving to NZD USD. Guys, we need to be realistic about this stuff right here because it's super confusing. So it's a difficult position. Okay, so let's analyze that. This is the break that happened. This is a further break on the downside and price went down like that. Now this is the structure which we are specifically focusing, and after that we got this break around this point. Now first break, prices went up, came back down, forming a higher high. This is the high point, this was the low point. Price again went back to the structure, broke the structure on the downside, and this could be the move potentially on the downside, but it kind of like held. This is the high. Price went up, came back down. Again, price broke on the upper side right here, formed a purge. Price came back down, or probe, form a probe like here. Probe is something that is, let me tell you what is probe. Probe is something blunt and surgical instrument. Guys, probe is something that actually shows the power shift. Price went down. Again, price went up and broke the structure on the downside. After this point, we did got a break further on the upper side like that. Price went up, came back, gave us a big move, continuation on the downside, but still within the range. This is the low point. This is the high point now. This is a low point. This is the high point. Price went up. Is within the range right here. Went up, came back down, getting the reaction around this point. Seems like the price can go on the upper side like that. So I think we are good. So I would be like holding this move for a while. Let's see things, how things goes. Anyway, guys, this is the trade which I'm currently looking at. You see, it is a difficult trade in a sense that we did got a break around here, but after the break, I feel like things are shifting right here. A small pullback around 50% of this range. Let me show you guys. Price went up, came back down, and then a break. And if this is the range right here, price pulled back within the 50% right here and pushed on the upper side, coming back down. I believe that it can further push on the upper side like that. So let's stick to the plan right now, and then if the price started breaking on the downside, we can take the decision. So anyway, guys, covered all the moves right here. Take care, guys. Have fun.